Good morning and welcome to Book Break for Greece Public Library. I am Kirstra. I'm one of the librarians here. I moderate our Pints and Prose book discussion group, and I am joined, as always, by my colleague, Claire.
Hi, everybody. I'm Claire. I do the historical group on Facebook and also As the Page Turns at the library.
And today we are going to bring to you one of our very favorite segments, which is Stack of Shame. So this is an episode where we talk all about the books that have been on our to be read pile in our stack of shame that we just haven't gotten to yet. Not because there's anything wrong with these books, but because we just have too many books to manage.
Right. Too many books, too little time. A common librarian
absolutely.
problem.
I know. I wore my my themed shirt.
That's perfect
for today, right?
Yeah.
So this is our life. So we're going to share with you some of the titles that we've been waiting to read and just haven't gotten to yet. Please do let us know in the comments if you've read any of these and what you think, and what's in your stack of shame, because I feel like every reader everywhere has some kind of stack of shame.
Yeah. Make us feel better about ourselves.
Yes, please do. All right. Do you want to start us off, Claire?
Sure. As everyone knows, I have joined the Book of the Month Club during the pandemic. So, this is one of the ones, a lot of them I've bought, which even adds to my shame because I've purchased these books. But this one is What's Mine and Yours by Naima Coster. When I saw that it was set in the Piedmont of North Carolina, I was like, ding, ding, ding. This is a Claire book. It's a story about integration. I just thought it would have a lot of great themes for, what's going on in society today. So we have ambitious parents. We have a lot of division in the community about this decision. And then, of course, we have two young people that I believe fall in love. So, what's not to like about that? So love lost, vibrant tapestry, and it moves between the years from the foothills of North Carolina to Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Paris. So I'm thinking I might take this one with me on my trip because I will be going to North Carolina soon. And perfect.
Thematic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yes, I am also hoping to take at least some of these books on my vacation later this summer. And I'm going to need to tell my family, do not bother me. What I'm doing right now is reading. This is my vacation.
Hammock time.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So let's see. Let's go with this one first. So my first one is How Beautiful We Were by Mbola Mbue. This one, so this is the same author of Behold the Dreamer, which was really well regarded, came out maybe 2 years ago or 3. But this one is set in a fictional African village that is dealing with the fallout from an American oil company. So they're dealing with environmental issues, political issues, social issues, all kind of stemming from this colonization and extraction of resources. So I just thought that sounded really, really interesting. I didn't read Behold the Dreamers, but that one was on my list for a long time. So I figured I would jump in with this one.
Yeah, Behold the Dreamers is one I tried to get my book group to read. And I think many of them have already read it, but it's been on my, what I call my eternal stack of shame for a long time. Another topic for another show. So.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, so my next one is called The Removed by Brandon Hobson. This one is steeped in Cherokee myth and history. And it's also, how I love family sagas. It's a novel about a fractured family who is reckoning with the tragic death of their son long ago. I guess Brandon Hobson is a national book finalist. I'm not really familiar with his work, but this one was an add-on for me. And it's 15 years ago. A young man is killed in a police shooting. And this family has been dealing with grief in different ways. So there's a little bit of, I believe the mother is dealing with her husband who now has Alzheimer's. So they're all different things, but an annual bonfire is approaching, which is an occasion for them that marks a Cherokee national holiday and Ray Ray's death. So this is going to culminate in something where they finally start to talk about this and to reconcile. So I love a good family saga. I'm always kind of interested in reading about different cultures, so I thought this one sounded really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That does sound good. And I'm not familiar with that author at all.
Yeah, me either.
Nice. It's always good to discover someone like completely new.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I have one also that is by a Native American author and dealing with Native American culture. And that is The Firekeeper's Daughter, which I believe, Claire, you just recently read.
I did, yes.
So I'm not going to say too much about it because I have a feeling that it may show up in a future book break. But so this is a young adult novel. I am pretty sure this was one of the ones we talked about in our 2021 preview episode.
I believe you mentioned it, and which led me to it. So,
So I've been looking for this one since, December. Haven't gotten there yet. But the main character is an 18-year-old Ojibwe girl. She's dealing with a family tragedy. There's a murder on the reservation, and she gets sort of drawn into the investigation. And my understanding is that it sort of weaves together Ojibwe culture and religion and mythology with sort of contemporary social issues. Does that seem fair?
Yes.
Fair?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good summation.
Yeah. So, Firekeeper's Daughter. This one I'm really, really looking forward to.
Yeah. All right, so another one that I have on my pile of shame is a nonfiction, which I actually won in an Instagram giveaway. It is Cast by Isabel Wilkerson. So yeah, I feel really guilty because I won it. So, and it's also one that's just been on my radar. A very good friend of mine read it and thought it was really interesting, but Isabel Wilkerson also wrote the book The Warmth of Other Suns, which has also been on my list, but it's a pretty large book, so it's one I've been bumping. But her premise is beyond race. There's a factor of an actual caste system in America that influences our lives and behavior. And she kind of links, from what I gather, America, India, and Nazi Germany. So I think it's and also she explores, it says the pillars that would actually affect that go across civilizations.
Sure.
About race and privilege and all different kinds of things. So I just thought it would be really interesting to learn from a sociological point of view.
Yeah, I actually almost put that one in my stack of shame. That one has been on my list as well. But I went with a different nonfiction, which is Empire of Pain by Patrick Radden Keefe. So Patrick Radden Keefe is the author of Say Nothing, which is the book about the Troubles in Northern Ireland that I talked about a while ago that I really, really liked. And this one is, so the subtitle is The Secret History of the Sackler Dynasty. And the Sackler family, they are like an incredibly wealthy family, like a billionaire family. And they are most well known, or they were most well known for their philanthropy. They've given to, they tend to do art as one of their causes. So they've given to many art museums. Actually, the Asian American, or the Asian History Museum in the Smithsonian Network is the Sackler Gallery of Asian Art. Named for the Sackler family. But one of the ways that the Sackler family makes their money is through pharmaceuticals. And one of the pharmaceuticals that they made is OxyContin.
Oh.
So they were responsible for the manufacture and the marketing of OxyContin. And a lot of folks kind of point to them as one of the, I don't want to say impetus, but like one of the big contributors to the opioid epidemic. So this book looks at the family and their relationship with the pharmaceutical industry and how the pharmaceutical industry, you know, is in relation to the opioid epidemic. So seems like a real uplifting read.
I know.
But I think it's going to be really interesting and covering a subject I don't know a lot about.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And, you like the writing style, I remember from the other books.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. Next one, I read Homegoing by Ya Gayasi, I believe. So this one is Transcendent Kingdom. This one is another one that I believe is set in Alabama about a family that has come from Africa. The main protagonist is a candidate in the neurological school of medicine at Stanford. So she's studying things about depression, addiction, and death. So her brother was a gifted high school athlete who died of a heroin overdose after a knee injury left him hooked on Oxycontin. So her mother is not doing well. You know, one of the things is this one sounds really good, but it also sounds really depressing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's not as depressing, but I remember just Homegoing, the way she wove the story and the different characters, and I really like that. So it's supposed to be exquisitely written and a very powerful follow-up to her debut novel. So
Nice.
I'm getting to that one at some point.
Yeah. Sounds excellent, but heavy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. My next title is The Witch's Heart by Genevieve Gornichek. And this is a myth retelling about, so it's Norse mythology, and the main character is Loki's wife. So Loki is like the trickster god. He's Thor's brother. And this book is about his wife. And the little tagline at the top is "Men die, gods die, she lives on." But
I love it. It had a very Celtic look to it.
Yes.
With the cover.
Yeah. So it seems a lot similar in feel to Madeline Miller's Circe, which I read over the summer and just adored. So I'm going to try this one about some Norse mythology and see how that goes.
I like a good myth retelling or fairy tale retelling.
Me too, very much.
All right, I'm going to lighten it up a bit. I'm getting, this one is a teen one that I've taken home once or twice. It's called A Faux Love Story. And I just thought it looked super cute. And one day when I'm just overwhelmed with all my heavy picks, I am going to read this one because it is, it's about two teens whose parents own competing Vietnamese restaurants in their village. So very different personalities. They've stayed away from each other because of this family drama. But of course, one year, you know, by complete chance, they meet and then fall in love, and, you know, the rest is history. So kind of like a Romeo and Juliet of Vietnamese restaurants and a young adult telling. So I thought it just looked really fun. And I'm hoping that we'll have something about food because I love food in addition to reading. So.
Oh, now I want Vietnamese food.
Oh yeah, we should go out for.
We should go out for Vietnamese food. Yeah. My last one is also kind of a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and that is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. And first of all, how gorgeous is this cover? Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. It's beautiful. But this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in 1926 Shanghai, where instead of rival families, we've got two rival gangs. So there's gangs, there's flappers, and there's possibly a monster lurking around the edges. So like all of my check boxes are checked there. And I don't remember, I think we had a little bit of back and forth about this. I don't remember whether this one is
I believe it's young adult.
Teen. Is it? Yeah. So another teen book, two on my TBR,
Yeah.
2 teen books, but I thought that one just sounded like a lot of fun.
It does. I know I ordered that one and it's gone out. There's been a lot of buzz about that book. So
Yeah, it's out now, which is why
Yeah.
I have the printout instead of
Yeah.
the actual book. So
Mine too.
yeah. So that was my 5. I have some runners up. I have some other ones that I could just shoot past.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right.
You want to go first? You want me
Okay.
to go?
How much of these hills is gold? I've had this one on my list for a while. It came out, I believe, sometime in 2020. And it is Chinese Immigrants, Family Story, 2020 Booker Prize. Is that like the British?
Yeah, the Man Booker is the British prize. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know, just look really interesting. And I've just been carrying this around for a while. So
yeah, I saw that one on a list of kind of non-traditional Westerns.
yes.
Yeah.
Which you and I both like a good Western.
Yes. Yeah. All right, I've got Sorrowland by Rivers Solomon. I've talked about both of her other books on this one, but so this is her newest book, and it's a pregnant woman escapes from like a religious compound, and then like things start happening. She is pursued, there's retaliation, there's maybe some uncanniness happening. So again, all of that is like, yes, please, right up my alley. And I
actually gave that one a ride home too.
Yeah.
And I just had too many books, but I definitely want to read one of hers because
Yeah.
it's spoken so highly. I have another one that I purchased that my daughter just asked me last night. She's like, "Did you finish that one yet?" And I'm, no, I haven't started. But it's The Imposter Syndrome. And I don't even have notes, but this one is a woman who's a computer science graduate. She's recruited by a Russian intelligence agency. And then it goes to Silicon Valley. So kind of a like tech, mystery, intrigue. So yeah.
Nice. I have kind of a tech social media one called No One Is Talking About This by Patricia Lockwood. And it's about a woman who is like famous on the portal, which is like Twitter, basically, I think. And then the real world colliding with the internet world. So
I got one because I thought it had something to do with chickens, which it does, but it also has to do with grief. I believe the main protagonist had a miscarriage, but she's also trying to raise 4 chickens over a Minnesota winter. So I keep debating back and forth because I'm kind of really intrigued with chickens and raising chickens, but I'm hoping it's not too sad, but it's been on my to be read list for a while.
Nice. I've got, let's see, Claire Fuller, Unsettled Ground. I've talked about one of her other books, which I should have written down the title of and which now escapes me. But this is a pair of like middle-aged twins, Jeannie and Julius. They're in their 50s. They live with their mother in a rented cottage. They're kind of self-contained and self-sufficient. And then their mother dies. And again, reality kind of comes crashing in. So there's family secrets and like learning to deal with grief and live in a new way. So, and I really liked her writing. So I thought that one sounded interesting.
Awesome. I don't have any more pictures, so.
Okay. I have a few. I will just show them real quick. Year of the Witching, which is another like girl in puritanical society with sort of supernatural elements. This one, In the Quick by Kate Hope Day, has been described as The Martian crossed with Jane Eyre.
Oh my gosh.
Which sounds amazing. So definitely going to be taking that one on vacation. And then I have two that are kind of fantasies based on mythologies. So Black Sun, which again, gorgeous
That cover. Yeah.
It's amazing. By Rebecca Roanhorse, who is a Native American author. This is book one of an expected trilogy based in, so it's science fiction fantasy based on pre-Columbian mythology. So like Aztec mythology or Mayan. So prophecy, intrigue, forbidden magic. Sounds amazing.
Sounds like Kirstra.
I know. And my last one is Blackwater Sister by Zen Cho, which is a contemporary fantasy set in Malaysia and has goddesses, gangs, family secrets, and some LGBTQ themes in there. So, yeah.
Awesome.
So many books.
So many
I'm
books.
going to read all these books.
I know. Well, let us know what's on your stack of shame. Let us know if you've read any of the books that we are leaning towards, to say yay or nay as to
Absolutely.
Because we love to hear what you're reading and what you're thinking.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait to hear if folks have read any of these.
Oh, I know. Me too.
Yeah. So I think that's all we have for today. We will be back in early July with our summer reads edition. And just to give you all a heads up, we are taking a little bit of a step back for the summer. So we're just going to be doing one episode in July and one in August. But as always, you can find those on our calendar, and we are super excited to bring those episodes to you over the summer and to catch up on some of our reading.
Yes.
We have even more to talk about.
Maybe we'll get through some of our stacks of shame.
Maybe.
With probably new ones added.
Add to them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. And again, let us know what you're reading, and we will see you next time.
Take care.
Bye.